Hello, it's Anne Marie with AM Astrology, and I thought I would take a look at the state of Texas. Um, I could not find any timed charts, so I set them all to noon. And the first one is, I'm not even sure which chart to use. So this is when Texas, oops, have to share my screen, I guess, right? There we go. So this is Texas independence from Mexico, which was March 2nd, 1836. And it's Washington on the Brazos, which wouldn't come up, but Washington County, Texas. So I have it set for 12 noon. So when you see Washington, it's not Washington, D.C., it's Washington on the Brazos. And what I find interesting in this chart, I've got my notes. Texas declared its independence on March 2nd, 1836, and this chart shows Texas has its sun in Pisces. And because it's elevated at the very top of the chart, which I want to say something about, but I can't because it's an untimed chart. And of course, the sun's at the top of the chart at 12 noon, so ignore that. Pisces is an emotional, spiritual, and mysterious sign. The empathic sign of the zodiac, which suggests that the Republic of Texas was a place of emotional refuge. Stark contrast to Greg Abbott installing submerged barbed wire in the Rio Grande as some demented form of border control. The Virgo moon, like it's going into a full moon, and because the moon moves 12 and a half degrees a day, it could be a very late Leo moon, which would be interesting because of the star Regulus. Or it could be, but that would have to be like really early in, like, you know, in the wee hours, midnight to 2 a.m. for the moon to be in Leo. So we're just gonna, I think Virgo is probably the safer bet. And could be further in, you know, but it would be in Virgo either way, I think, unless it's a late degrees of Leo. Anyway, Virgo moon indicates the population is hardworking, focused on service, and interested in health issues. We'll get to that in a little bit. Uranus in Pisces opposes the moon, which could mean periodic sudden outbursts of emotion or loss of electrical power for the people. Think of the grid, right? But this is the Republic of Texas, not the state of Texas. So these are just interesting little tidbits that I noticed. The Republic of Texas chart shows some fire with Pluto and Venus conjunct in Aries. And in a nation's mundane horoscope, Venus represents women or women's issues. Pluto and Venus together like this indicates power struggles for women or very powerful women, because you combine the two energies together. And we can talk about Kate Cox, who had to flee the state to receive the health care she wanted because of Texas's strict abortion laws against women's rights. This is interesting in this chart. And so I would say, too, that the Republic of Texas chart, even though it's not the state of Texas, there's still some like karma possibly that's holding on when we look at this. Jupiter is in Cancer. Saturn is in Scorpio, and then Uranus again up here in Pisces. And these create what's called a grand water trine, which is a supportive flow of energy between these three planets. It's supportive. Again, support does not necessarily mean positive, but support, it's an easy flow of these energies together. This looks like the Republic of Texas would have provided emotional comfort for families, physical love, and spiritual harmony, or it could indicate strong emotional tensions, frequent mood changes, and irritability. I'm getting some of my planetary combinations from this book today, which is a combination of stellar influences by Reinhold Ebertin. So then we have Neptune, Mercury, and Mars in Aquarius. Look at this. And this, we just had this in the sun, in the sky today, except for it was in Capricorn with this Mercury Mars conjunction. And so that's kind of interesting that, you know, Texas is in the news now and Mercury and Mars were conjunct in the Republic's chart. And this suggests unusual communications and inventions and the pursuit of fantastical plans. Okay, so that's really all. Like I said, you know, this is for the Republic of Texas, the independence from Mexico, but it wasn't a state yet. So I want to now look at Texas becoming a state. And again, it's an untimed chart because I don't know what time this happened, but this was for December 29th, 1845. There's another chart when there was the official transfer of power from the Texas government to the United States government, but this is when it was signed by President Polk, I think. Although I don't have the timing of that. I'm sure if I researched a lot further, I could have found it, but you would have thought somebody else, maybe some other really good researcher probably already has done a lot more on this. And so I'm just looking at planetary placements, right? So Texas was annexed by the United States on December 29th, 1845, and this chart shows the sun, moon, and Mercury all in the authoritative sign of Capricorn, and should suggest that thoughts and emotions of the people are united and part of the state's identity. And that, okay, so then I found some things that, you know, this kind of made me think of it, because, you know, when I moved to Texas, I've been in Texas more than I was in Washington, D.C. I was born in Washington, D.C. and grew up in Northern Virginia. And then I moved here when I was like 24 years old. And so I've been here ever since, and I'm 60 now. So, you know, it's like I've been here a lot longer than I was in Virginia. But anyway, the first thing that I noticed when I moved here was just like this pride of Texas, right? Like, I mean, everything they identified with it. I just didn't ever, that was just something that I wasn't very familiar with. Okay, so how do I do? Stop share, and then I'm going to find the things so you don't have to like wait forever for me to find them, except for now you're waiting for me to find them. Oh, I can't do that. Okay. I'm such a goof. Okay, so the first one is now I gotta go back to share. Okay, go away. Share screen, and we're just gonna go to this. There you go. Don't mess with Texas. It's like, I think everybody's heard this thing, right? So then the other one is, I know this is annoying, sorry. Everything's bigger in Texas. These people. So then the last one is, where is it? Oh, and then share. This come and take it flag. Now this has become, you see the come and take it, and it's got a AK whatever rifle in it, that they've taken this idea, this come and take it. But this was from the Galveston battle. They had this cannon, the soldiers had this cannon, and they're just daring them, come and take it. And so in Galveston, there is to this day a mural that, I'm just bouncing all over the place here. This come and take it. So this is what the flag is supposed to look like. Just come and take our cannon. It's the last cannon. But this come and take it idea. Okay, so anyway, so that's the notion of Texas. So then let's go back to the chart, which is what we're supposed to be talking about. Okay, I have to remember that I'm just looking at this. Okay, so then Saturn, Neptune, and Venus are all together in Aquarius. This is very interesting. These energies combine to suggest a cold heart, incorrect ideas about love, a slow cooling off of affections, or disappointment in relationships. Could this be Texas's secession from the US, with Pluto now co-present with all of these energies, and Pluto, of course, bringing to light and transforming things? I thought that might be very interesting to keep an eye on. Obviously, it's later in Pluto's transit, but just having that Plutonic energy, and it comes up again. So, and then we want to look at Mars and Uranus and Pluto here in Aries. So in the Republic chart, we had the Aquarius and the Aries signature, and now in this state chart, we have it as well, but with different planetary energies. Now the Mars-Uranus is a bit telling because that indicates willfulness, intolerance, and argumentative disposition. Okay, so then I think this is, well, I better stop share and then go to that, because otherwise I may not know that I'm looking at it. Okay, that's the right one. Share screen. There we go. Okay, so you can see this. So I pulled up the eclipse here that we're having on April 8th. Oh, and there was something else I wanted to, I'm gonna pause and pull that up first. Pause recording. Okay, so there was something I wanted to show first before I go back to the chart. So this is the eclipse path that on April 8th, 2024. And it's gonna go right across Texas. You've seen, I'm sure, pictures, and I don't have that one, but where they show the one from last October that started here, and it went right, and it crossed over like right in Austin area, the middle of Texas. So that was pretty interesting, right? So now go back to the chart. Okay, so this is the eclipse, and this is big. Look where it is. It's right on Pluto. So it'll be hitting the Pluto in the chart. The eclipse will be hitting Pluto in the chart and squaring, and I'm going to say by sign, I mean, it looks like an exact square to the moon, but because, again, the 12.5 degrees by, each day, the moon can move 12.5 degrees either way. But so I'm going to say by sign. But even, okay, imagine if it was later in the day and the moon had gotten over here to be, I mean, so that just increases the Plutonic energy. But we've got the eclipse happening right on Pluto here. And so this is going back to Reinhold Ebertin. A soul torn by inner conflict, biased attitude, or changed circumstances that lead to critical phases of development in life or to separation from others. What? So if this, like I said, if this could be an exact square to the moon, the moon being the people, this seems pretty interesting, is to say the least. The fact that the eclipse is going right over Texas and it's right on Pluto. Now that's like, no matter what time, I mean, who knows which house that's in, but that's happening right on Pluto in the Texas Becomes a State chart. We could also look at this Venus and Mars at the exact degree, which is passion, right? So passion, fighting for what you really, this fighting Mars, Aries, passion, the rebel idea with Uranus right there too. It's just like, holy crap. So I think things are just going to get more and more heated here in Texas. So pray for us. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be interesting. So, and you can see you can see my little red peely parts, but they're not quite as bad today. They don't look as scabby. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. I would love to reach, I don't know, I'm at 6 something. So, I mean, 750. I'm trying to get 750 subscribers. So please like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.